Hello guys, KaiZerZan here back with another video. In today's video I've got something interesting for you. I'm in the USS Alaska, one of those super heavy cruisers at Legendary tier that we have in World of Warships Legends, and one of my favorite ships at Legendary tier, I will admit that much. And in the match today we're on Sea of Fortune, it's a domination game mode, I'm in a division with the Shima. Let's quickly take a look at the team we're facing here. It's a 7v7, there's double Shimas that we got to worry about and then a bunch of Kronstadts, and then a few Yamatos as well. So yeah, interesting lineup to face here. All right, so yeah, first off here we get the middle spawn just south of Delta, and we push into uh, get our um, get our positioning on the left-hand side here to support my destroyer that's going to cap Alpha. I beg your pardon, it's a Shima and a Gearing that we're up against. We've got a Khabarovsk and a Shimakaze on our team. All right, so yeah, two destroyers per team in a 7v7. This is going to be interesting. So instantly the one ship that spawned here on the alpha flank on my left decided to abandon flank. Not ideal, but my division mate said he's going to push for alpha. He put on his speed boost and I said I'll come with, support him with my radar. As all radar cruisers should do, is support the destroyers as best as possible. Don't be at the back of the map in a radar cruiser, guys. You're playing it wrong that way. You need to be close to cap so you can use your radar effectively and support your destroyers as best as possible. Now the Alaska features 305mm guns with a super heavy AP, American AP, very nice. And yeah, she has got a pretty long reload though, so that's not the best. For commander modules, I'm using Norman Scott here, inspired by Mimbelli for a quicker reload, and Azla and Scharnhorst to get the dispersion a little better. And then yeah, for modules, I'm running aiming systems mod 1, propulsion, concealment, and then main battery reload in the fourth slot, just to make the guns reload a little quicker. Alright, so yes, as you guys can see here, my destroyer is heading into the cap, my division mate, and then I'm hugging these islands close to the little island here with the cathedral on it, and then we shall be pushing closer to this island here, so we got some nice shots on anything that my division mate will be able to spot. Okay, so I wonder what our first target will be here. We should find out pretty soon. I'm not running Charlie Beepley. That's also a very good commander that you could run on the Alaska to get a stealth radar, I believe. And yeah, it's a definitely option. I prefer using Norman Scott just for the extra shell grouping that he offers to make the guns a little bit more accurate. But we see our first target here, the Alaska. And I wanted to shoot him, but then I see this Kronstadt, and even better, there's a rune there that we take aim at. And luckily our shells managed to clear the island there. My division mate said he didn't spot anything over here, so I assumed that the enemy team abandoned this flank. Oh, there goes a Temeraire. Unfortunately, we lose a Temeraire there, guys, and yeah, we're down one ship already. Okay, so this is not the best situation to find ourselves in, but at least we got two caps versus the enemy's 1.5 so far. They're busy capping Charlie, so yeah. We gotta be very careful of Yamatos here, guys. Yamato with 18-inch shells can definitely overmatch our bow, well, any part of our plating for that matter, except the turrets. And yeah, we can sustain some serious damage as we get shot by a Yamato. But luckily, that guy's not looking at us. But we can lob this island effectively, so we just shoot there. I believe all the shells will hit the island. Yeah, all they did was hit the island. There's our Kronstadt. My division mate is radared now. He's taking some fire by the Kronstadt, I believe. So I'm pushing out to come and help. I am spotted, so that Yamato that I just shot at could possibly lob and get some revenge on me. So that's why I'm trying to creep a little forward here, throw off his aim as best as I can. The radar of the Kronstadt just ran out, so we don't have to worry about that part. Okay, Kronstadt, pretty broadside. We just aim it slightly up, not waterline, just slightly up. And we aimed up a little too high, if you ask me there. We got one pin and two other pins there. And there's the Yamato that shot us, so we started reversing, and luckily he only got one shell on us, but it still hurts. It's a 5k salvo. And here I aim even up a little bit higher on the Kronstadt, and we get a nice 8k salvo with our front guns. 4 out of our 6 shells landed where we wanted them to, so that's a very nice hit. So it looks like the Kronstadt is retreating, possibly, and my division mate said he's going to try and loop around and try and torpedo their broadsides, especially the Yamato, trying to get him off the board, so that I can push out and get some nice crossfires on these guys. Because at the end of the day, that's all we want in the Alaska is crossfires. Alaska lives and breathes crossfires. So if you get a nice opportunity to punish a broadside ship on the other side of the map, like this Alaska, for example, that's if you look on the mini map, there is pretty much broadside. We take aim at him and we're unspotted, so we just get free damage here. Let's see what we can get with our first salvo. Yay, we got the gearing, so that's great. Our Khabarovsk managed to finish off the gearing. And I believe I aimed too low for that salvo, that's why we didn't get anything of the Alaska there, but this time we see this ship, we take aim. We did get plane spotted there, I believe it's from the Kronstadt. So we just gotta keep that in mind that we are spotted, so that Alaska could potentially hit us. We did get another 8k salvo of the Alaska there. And now we just wait patiently, increase the lead time just a little bit. We want to hit the front of the ship there, not the middle. So we aim a little bit in front, and then where do we get a very nice 9k salvo, I believe. Okay, so this Alaska is nearly dead. We still take aim at him. And yeah, we're just getting here free damage, and this Kronstadt right next to me got the same idea. So that should hopefully kill the Alaska. That salvo we got there. Beautiful hit. 2 pens, and that's the end of that Alaska over there. Yeah, running an Alaska without a camo, guys, is a risky maneuver, especially in Legendary tier with how accurate and how dangerous the enemy ships are that you're facing. So I would highly recommend you run a camo. Especially at the high tiers like 7, 8, and Legendary tier. That's where the camo needs to come in very handy. Alright, so we do see a broadside Kronstadt there, but looks like he's turning out slightly. No, he's not, is he? No, he is turning. He is turning slightly. So we take aim at him. What do we get? 5 pens for a very nice hit there on the Kronstadt. And yeah, now we can just creep up here. My division mate is keeping the whole enemy team spotted. They're all bunched up here between Bravo and Charlie, so they're weak for us to pick off one by one. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm trying to use this island to protect myself from the Yamato, while still being able to focus down the Kronstadt. So there we take aim at the Kronstadt, hoping to get some nice hits on him. Our damage total went all the way up to 81k now and 85k. And yeah, it's a pretty decent match so far on the Alaska. We're just not hitting our citadels quite yet, but it'll come, don't worry. And now we just wait for this Kronstadt to go a little bit more broadside. There we got our first citadel there for a very nice hit on the Kronstadt. The damage total is all the way up to 100k now. Nice. Okay, so now we're just creeping up here slightly, just taking our time. We did get spotted there by the Kronstadt, but the Yamato cannot shoot us. We are perfectly safe where we are now. Oh, I do get a nice 3k hit there on the Kronstadt. Bunch of overpens, unfortunately. He does shoot HE at us and set us on a double fire, though, which you're not going to put out instantly. We're going to let that one burn a little bit and just retreat slightly. And then see what we can do. There's one Kronstadt here in the cap that's really close to us. We get a high caliber there already. 410k damage in the Alaska, very nice. And yeah, he's 5.5k away from us, so he is pretty close. We don't want to be popping this corner because we presume he's going to be looking at us in our direction. So we really want to get in a safe position before we make our turn. Alright, so then we take aim at the Kronstadt, and what do we get? A nice citadel to finish off the Kronstadt. Wonderful. Okay, now we see a broadside Yamato that we can shoot. We're just keeping an eye on this Kronstadt on our right. We don't want to give him too much of our broadside. We don't want to push. We're just waiting for our shells to hit the Yamato and see what damage we can inflict on him. 2 overpens and 1 pen on a broadside Yamato. That's not what I want to see in the Alaska. I want to see at least 2-3 pens. And then maybe a citadel or 2. I am seeing he's not reversing in a complete straight line, so I'm aiming a little bit up to compensate for the fact that he is slightly angled. And we do get a very nice 9k hit there in the Yamato. So now we can push forward, and we still have 3 sonars and 3 radars left. So we will be using one shortly here just to know where that Kronstadt is in our broadside. We don't want to pop around this corner and then get absolutely smashed to pieces. Okay, that Yamato is looking at us. But he's behind the island and my destroyer is keeping him spotted, so I should have let that target on the Yamato slightly more, but we at least get 11k off him more or less there, and Yuri decides to push forward. And yeah, Yamato turned his turrets back, and now he's focusing on my destroyer, my Shimikaze, so I got to support him. I'm wondering, very worried about this cruiser that's next, this Kronstadt that's next to me, so I'm just waiting here patiently. Then we get a nice 5 pens on the Yamato. My Shima division mate got off the torpedoes, and that finishes off the Yamato. Nice. So now it's just a 4v1 fight. We've got 2 caps each on each team, and now we can just take our time. And here we decide to angle out, so we get our rear firing angles involved here. We don't want to be pushing broadside and bow in, because then he can definitely hit our broadsides. As you guys can see here, while angling we sustained minimal damage, and unfortunately we won't be able to hit him in return. Our radar just ran out and he's not spotted, so there's not much we can do there. So I'm just keeping my angle for in case he slows down and wants to pop another salvo. I guess he wants to do something else here. He's not gonna take a 1v1 fight with me, even though we have the same size guns. I believe I've got better penetration values than the Kronstadt, so and the super heavy AP just hits a little harder than the Kronstadt, which is a tier 8 premium Russian cruiser. So yeah, we don't have to worry too much here. We can just take this cap, me and this Kronstadt that's next to me. We can now push this Bravo cap, and then my division mate in the other destroyer, Khabarovsk, is capping Charlie. They just finished that. So now we can just turn here. And I know the Kronstadt is going to go outside A, straight north there, to try and get our broadsides here. So I'm turning in. And I want to cut off his escape here, and I want to catch him broadside. That's my main aim here. So here I realized that I might speed out of the cap, so I slow down to 3/4 speed. And then I think I'm going to drop it down to half speed. Yes, there we go. And now we go full stop, 2, 1, we got the cap, but now we can accelerate out of it. Yeah, very nice. Okay, now we just wait for this Kronstadt. We unfortunately don't have a radar to pop here, but that's okay. We'll just wait patiently for this Kronstadt to show up. There he is. And what do we know? He's broadside to us, so that's exactly what we wanted to see. Citadel there with 3 pens for 17k. Very, very nice hit. And just a matter of time before we finish off this Kronstadt. And yeah, if he doesn't angle out or something, we will kill him. And there's nothing he can do. He can't overmatch our bow. We can't. We got 12k off him there. Very nice. Secondaries are starting to open up fire on the Kronstadt. That's hilarious. Our secondaries in the Alaska is doing some work. Yeah, now we're just patiently waiting, and we'll see him change direction here pretty soon. I know he's angled very nicely, so I do take aim into his superstructure, take one of his turrets, and unfortunately the match ends before we can do much else. Alright, so yeah, let's quickly take a look at the results from this battle on the map of Sea of Fortune. And we managed to finish off the match there on 176k damage. High caliber, 3 citadels, 2 kills, and a base XP of 2,807 for a very good game in the Alaska. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.